I'm here with Tony Dabbs from Nike, and we're looking at the new Engage wedges. Now, it's a very, very difficult thing for people to figure out which is the right wedge for them. First of all, Tony, let's talk about the Engage product by itself and what it is, and then we'll talk about the different sole configurations, because that's what really confuses people.
Yeah, sure. And we'll start with the technology. And what really makes this product unique for us is probably the first thing that we did was shorten the hosel. Okay, and it's like, why would you shorten the hosel? Well, traditionally, wedges have always had a very long hosel, and in fact, our wedges, everybody else's wedges, have had a long hosel. What's funny about it is it's about a quarter inch longer than an iron. So all we've done is really shorten the hosel to be the same as your pitching wedge. So when you transition from your wedges from your pitching wedge to the wedges, you've got the same length hosel. Okay, so there's a clean transition, but what that's allowed us to do is it's freed up a number of grams to move around. So you can kind of see this very unique geometry here. We're doing our best to create a center face CG wedge. Okay. So hence, you imagine if you're hitting the ball in the center again, yes, and the center of gravity is there, it's going to feel fantastic, and that's what we've learned through our time with Tiger and Rory on this particular project.
Okay, tell us about the raw nature of these wedges.
Yeah, so we have one player across our globe that plays a wedge with plating on it.
One player.
One player.
Okay.
And every single player, so basically 99% of our players in the world play raw wedges. They play it for a couple reasons. The first thing is that
first of all, let's explain what a raw wedge is.
It's non-plated. So it's basically this is the bare metal, and so the process typically is you've got bare metal, you polish it, and then you plate it. Yeah. So you're basically putting another layer of metal on top of the metal. It looks pretty, it doesn't tarnish, but it detracts from performance. Okay, so one of the key things is with the groove rules, what they are right now, which is very, very precise, and we're basically trying to get to the limit because the USGA and RNA have taken some of our ability to make great grooves away. We want to get these at the limit. Okay, so we get them at the limit, and the second we put plating in, you imagine you're flowing more metal into that groove, you're softening the edges, and you're making them less deep. Right. This allows us to get them to the absolute maximum we can possibly get them. So that's number one. Number two, the tour players really prefer the tarnished look from a non-glare perspective. It doesn't glare, and they'll also, mentally think there's more, it'll create more spin. We haven't necessarily proven that part of it, but it's definitely a look that the tour player and the better players are looking for.
Yeah, they will effectively rust as they get older.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
Okay, so let's go and talk about the sole of wedges, because people are always confused. What kind of sole should I buy on my wedge? The different grinds, and I see you have three different types with yours there.
Yeah, and I'll show you these. So we're trying to make this a little bit easier for everybody to understand. So whether they're on the web or they go in the store, one of the cool things that we've done is we've created something we call Wedge Seal. And Wedge Seal is this coating that we put on these particular products, and you can see they're color coded. So literally, you walk in, and if you're a red guy, you're a dual sole. Okay, if you're a square sole guy, you're a clear or white version, or if you're a toe sweep, you're the blue. Okay. So we try to, again, just from a navigation, when somebody walks in the store, they can get it. So I'm going to explain it a little bit, but there's also a tag here that tells you who you should be, and you can go in and read it. But the toe sweep, and let me grab the actual wedge here so we can see it. The toe sweep, as you can see, is something we launched last year in a little bit different version. Okay. Rory played it. Rory introduced it at the BMW when he won last year. And this is a product that's very easy to get out of the rough, out of the sand. And open up and really just kind of fan open and hit really high flop shots. We focus this wedge in the high lofts, so from 56 through 60 is where this one lies.
Okay.
Then we go from there to what we would call our square sole. So the square sole is this one here, and the square sole is what it is just that. It's just kind of more symmetrical through the place. This is probably our most versatile for most people.
It's all around wedge.
Yeah, I mean, where the toe sweep is, I don't want to call it specialized. The toe sweep is really a kind of a game improvement product that tour players are using. Okay. This is a product that really, we say square, it really blends from your pitching wedge to your A wedge in your set to now your sand wedges. So if you're that type of player and you play more square shots and you do manipulated shots, this is really the product for you.
Excellent for gapping, yes.
Yeah, and then this is, so the dual sole here, this is Tiger's. This is really Tiger sole. This has the most bounce, the most narrow sole.
Yes.
Very easy to manipulate, very easy to use, but to be fair, it's probably a lower handicap golf club with a narrow sole and in the way that it scoops through the ground.
Fantastic. Well, Tony, thanks as always for talking to us. These are the Nike Engage wedges, and make sure you can check out these and all our Nike products on golfbidder.com.